What's up, Builders Club TV Nation? You got Dewan Jones here, your professional stay-at-home dad, and we're back at you again with another exciting episode, interview with another phenomenal individual. Excited and fired up. I gotta tell you, we got an entrepreneur, a business mentor, a speaker, international leader. We got Brandon Stevens on the show tonight, family. Let me get myself on camera so I can make sure that I can tell you, as always, thank you very much for checking in with us. Make sure that on your way in, you're smashing the like button. Helps with the visibility of the show. Continue to share the information. We certainly appreciate it, as our goal is to share extreme value with this community we call home business network marketing, the best, the greatest industry we believe in the world. Let me make sure that we have our friend on the show with us and that he can hear us. Brandon, can you hear me okay? Awesome. Let me get you on camera so the family can see you and we can speak to you a little bit and talk to you about what's going on in your world, man. There you go. What's going on, Brandon?
Doing good, sir. Yourself?
Doing pretty good over here in Houston, Texas. Been having a little crazy weather up and down, but we're managing over here, man. How's it been where you are?
Dallas, Texas is the same way, my man.
Oh, man, so unpredictable.
Not too far from each other.
Yeah, you gotta walk out the house with a raincoat, shorts. You never know what's gonna happen.
That's so true. The other day somebody was asking me how the weather is back home, and I was like, "What hour?"
Exactly. 1 minute it's raining, then it's sunny, so it's like unbelievable. But we're managing, man. We're excited to have you on the show. When we found out that you'd be on, we got so excited, man. We know that there's a lot we can learn from you. If you've seen the show a little bit, Brandon, what we like to do, we have this Builders Club TV time machine, and we throw our guests into it, and we go back into your past, because we've learned, as the family knows, there's so much to uncover, so much to reveal when you start looking into the past of successful people and kind of look at the path that you chose to get to where you are today. So if we can do that tonight, man, we'd love to get a little nosy and talk about your past and your path to success. Can we do that?
Yeah, absolutely. That's fine.
Awesome. So the first thing we typically ask our guests right off the bat is, before network marketing, man, before the success came, what were you into? What were you doing before? What was life like before network marketing for you?
Man, it was crazy, actually. I was, for a short period of time, I was with the Baltimore Ravens and got picked up with Green Bay for like a day, got released, got picked up with New York Giants for like 2 days, got released.
Wow.
And, kind of got adapted to that entrepreneurship. And I knew I was good enough to make an appearance in the National Football League, but I wasn't good enough to stay. And saw the lifestyle and everything else. And I wanted to start entrepreneurship, but I didn't have any money and I didn't know where to start. It's like, I had no business being in business, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The way I grew up was a blue collar family. Just working for others was the way of life. And if you want to make more money, we just work more hours, the way we were taught.
Right.
Just work hard. And I had a friend that actually was doing door-to-door sales for home security. And he taught me how to get a sub-dealer's license to work under his license. And I started building the team. And before it was all said and done, I ended up getting my license. And I did door-to-door sales before I did network marketing. It was crazy. It was a grind, man.
Wow. So that's pretty cool. You actually got an NFL tryout and you dove into that world a little bit. And when did you kind of figure out that the NFL wasn't going to be your future, and what was it like for you then, like trying to move past that?
It was very tough, man. But, my hard work and dedication got me there, but my talent level skills just couldn't keep me there.
Yeah.
Just at that level, the individual's talents and speed and agility is just phenomenal. It's another level from college. And, they're just different breeds, man. And I was just like, this is not my journey. This is not my path. God has a different direction for me. And, kind of just threw it up for him to take control. And he did, and kind of led me to door-to-door sales at the time. It was just an easy little quick fix and quick money,
Right.
And it was crazy because I never thought that I can make multiple six figures a year doing door-to-door sales and building a sales team. It was kind of crazy.
Wow. Don't sleep on door-to-door sales, family. There's money in it, right?
It's really helped me with communication skills and relationships and how to react to certain people, because you meet all types of people on the doors. And I always try to tell people, if you really want to improve your communication skills and develop skills and everything, Go do door to door. Man, it will prepare you for any type of conversation, any rebuttals or objections whatsoever.
Wow. And so was that like at the beginning a very difficult path for you, kind of mastering the door-to-door sales? And kind of a forward question, but how much did it help you in your network marketing career?
Man, it's helped me so much more for confidence. Man, I'm getting turned down on the doorsteps, hearing the no's all the time.
Right.
Kind of got me used to hearing the no's in the network marketing industry, and it kind of adapted where it didn't bother me as much. But growing up, I wasn't a salesman whatsoever. Mm-hmm. I couldn't sell anything. And over the period of time, trial and error, every single day I got better and better, because I knew that I had to provide for my family. Because if I didn't make a sale, we didn't eat, we didn't make money.
Wow. But you got to a point where you were doing pretty good, right? So where did the transition happen where you started to, where you discovered network marketing?
Yeah. It was the way I found network marketing was probably not how most people found network marketing. Actually, my ex-wife at the time ended up leaving us, and I became I had full custody of my oldest two kids. My son was 4 months old and my daughter was 2. And, I come home, my mom was helping me watch my kids, and I was just like, man, something's got to change. I can't be working 80 hours a week and never spending time with my family. I'm making good money. And I kept hearing network marketing, the time freedom, leverage income, residual income. And I was like, what the heck do I have to lose? Let's try it out. And if it doesn't work out, great. I'll just continue to keep doing what I'm doing. And if it does, maybe I can spend more time with my family. And that's what it was all about.
So that's pretty amazing. So at the beginning of your network marketing, in fact, did you kind of like, tell us exactly the event that took place? Did someone tap you on the shoulder? Did you actually go to a meeting? Did someone call you up?
I was very negative at first. Yeah, I had a friend call me up, and I was very negative.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, I'm not into them things. Nobody makes money doing that. And he said something that really kind of verbally slapped me around, that got me to think. And you've probably heard this before. He said, your mind is like a parachute. It only works if it's open. And the most expensive thing you own is a closed mind. And closed mind means closed pockets. You be a slave to your business for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
And he said the most ignorant thing you can do is say no to something you don't even know what it is. So at least try it out, check it out. It's free information, but maybe you can take something from our meeting that you can implement in your everyday and traditional business, Brandon. And I was like, all right, cool. I'll come check it out, see what it was like. And man, I just loved the energy. I felt like I was walking to somebody else's church. People were complimenting, and just, it was good, positive energy. And I love being around that.
Wow. You mentioned that when you were initially exposed to it, you kind of had a negative connotation, like you felt like, well, that doesn't work. People don't make money in that. Is that something that you, if you can remember, is that something that you heard from other people, or what gave you that idea?
My parents back in the day, they did Amway, and they just didn't succeed in it. And I don't know if they did that. I don't know if they went through the steps to success of actually showing up to meetings, being coachable, following the system. I don't know if they followed all that or not.
Right.
Also young, but just them not do well in it just got me that stigma of like, MLM is bad.
Right. Do you think that's pretty much the case with like most people, or some people who are exposed to it? They just have people in their past, they saw examples of it, people fell at it, and they just don't feel like it's something worthy of, for them?
Yeah, absolutely. They just hear other people's opinions. I mean, we've been listening to other people's opinions since we've been young adults, and, I think I heard an individual, David Inamonte, a good friend of mine, he said in one of his YouTube videos I saw, he said the next 3, 6 months, 12 months, you're going to be presented an opportunity, but the way we've been programmed to think, we're probably going to pass over the opportunity, because if it sounds too good to be true, it probably was. If it isn't broken, we don't fix it. Money doesn't grow on trees. Money doesn't buy happiness. Right. And like, we've just been programmed to think that way in our society. And that's what I truly believe. And I think that's why people have that stigma, like them things don't work, Yeah. And so it's crazy.
Yeah, a scarcity mindset a lot of us have. So the gentleman who introduced you to your first opportunity, did he have a lot of success? Was he already balling out of control, or was he just getting started? What was that dynamic like?
Actually, no, he wasn't having much success at all. He just introduced me to the person that was having success. He did third party. So he took himself out of the equation because I knew him, who he was. And, I'm very old school. I'm not going to take financial advice from somebody that's not financially fit to give me financial advice. At the end of the day, it's a direct reflection in the mirror.
Right.
And he just took himself out and introduced me to his mentor and coach. And he was making pretty good money. And I was like, all right. And I was like, what do I have to lose? If you can coach me and teach me and show me exactly what to do, I'll do it. And that's exactly what I did.
And so what was, as they say, your first year in network marketing? What was your first year like? Or did you actually stick with that company for the first year, or was that like your first experience?
I did for 16 months. It was a utility company, and with services, and it was a great company. It was and still to this day, it probably has the best leadership that I know. I compare it straight up with Amway. It's a great leadership program, good company, great owners, great everything. Just wasn't a good fit for me in the direction I was wanting to go in the industry. So after 16 months, I stepped away and went back to focus on traditional business.
You went back to traditional business?
Yeah, for a short period of time, for about 3 months, and then I got back into the industry.
Oh, okay. Are you still a traditional business entrepreneur or owner?
Yes, sir. I have a couple of businesses still.
Oh, awesome. So it's true that you can actually have a successful network marketing career and a traditional business career. You can have multiple things going on that are successful.
Yes, sir. So I have a couple of companies. I have a tire shop in Weatherford, Texas. So if you're ever traveling through there, stop by Ernie's Tires.
Absolutely.
I have a deer farm in Oklahoma, Tryout, Oklahoma. I have a small cattle operations actually in Crosscut towards West Texas. Me and my wife, we invest really big into gas and oil, mineral rights. We just sold our nail salon. We have a t-shirt company. We still collect residual income from our home security business. We have our money dibble dabble a little bit of everything, a little bit of real estate. We have a couple of homes too as well that we finance to own to be the bank. And we have our own banking system too as well that we do exactly what the banks do with our money and make interest on it.
Wow. So you got a few horses in the race,
yes,
so to speak. So I guess, you know what, you're basically someone I feel would be the most qualified to ask or answer this question, because we being that we've interviewed quite a few people who are phenomenal at what they do, influential in their different business professions. Time management is something that we found is something that successful people just seem to master, right?
Absolutely.
But the average person struggles with time management, and most believe that would be the biggest reason behind them not succeeding is time management. You obviously have mastered that as well, so I want to talk to you about that a little bit. What is your biggest strategy when it comes to managing your time, having all these things that you're juggling and succeeding at? What's like some of the key factors of time management?
Well, most importantly, if I can outsource it, I do every single time, because that frees up more time. And a lot of people try to be cheap with their businesses and not investing back into their business. Anytime I can outsource anything, I do it. I mean, that's even all the way going to mowing my lawn, having somebody come clean my house, somebody doing my messaging, whatever it may be. Anytime you can outsource anything, you do it. I feel like that's an hour or two that's taking up my time that I can utilize to make me more money and in bring activity. So like if you're doing an activity that's not making you money, then you need to figure out a way to how to outsource that out. And then having a planner, knowing exactly what your day looks like tomorrow. See, a lot of people don't even plan their days out. So you literally need to have a time you wake up. If it's doing personal development in the morning, taking a shower, whatever it is, you literally have to clock in like you do at a job, but clock into your calendar and know exactly how many hours you're going to put into your business and clock in just like a job. So a lot of times in this business, what's so easy to do is also easy not to do. And we tend to make them little minor mistakes. And it's the little things like that makes the biggest difference.
That is so true, man. And in fact, it took me a while to get this, learning how to work in a calendar, right? Because in school, at work you're just taught to be here at a certain time, go to lunch at a certain time, leave at a certain time. You don't need a calendar for that, right? And in school, it's the same thing. be here at a certain time, eat lunch at a certain time, leave at a certain time. So they teach you like uniform, right? So it's just something it's embedded in you when you grow as an adult. So when you start a business, you don't really have a concept of time, scheduling your time, actually, surgically, handling your time. So once I started to use a calendar, I noticed I started to get more done. So you really have to be intentional with everything that you do, right?
Yep. So true.
Yeah. And so we've learned that every leader that we've had on the show, including yourself, that's how they operate. They don't do anything that's not scheduled, right? If it's not scheduled, they don't do it. And so that, we've learned a lot on this show, but that's one of the things that we've learned. I want to dive back into your story a little bit. So after your first year of network marketing, you did 16 months in that company, then you transitioned to a new venture. Is that when the success came, or was that more learning experiences?
That's when the success came,
Okay.
to be honest with you. Some of it was a timing play, to be honest with you. My leadership skills was not developed completely, in my personal opinion, and a lot of leaders won't admit that. But I really didn't know what to do with the money. Like, my money level was up here and my leadership skills was here. And I didn't do that many smart things my first year with that company. I think I made that first year, I made a little over 1.2 million.
Wow.
My first year, and I just blew through most of my money. I didn't know what to do with it.
What did you buy, man? What did you buy?
I bought a Lamborghini, a Huracan. I bought a Ferrari. I bought a Maserati.
Oh my goodness.
I bought a ranch. I mean, I started just blowing the money. I'm just like, it was bad.
You look like the rapper movie star lifestyle.
Man, it was so and people know that we're the company I'm talking about. That's what we broadcasted. We was attracting people for all the wrong reasons. And I feel like that's so kind of, it's not as bad in network marketing now, but it was bad in the early 2000s, I think, maybe still early, 2010, 2012, 2014. And it's not as bad now. Some companies still do it, but I feel like we're attracting people for all the wrong reasons. And that's the reason why the retention's so bad in some companies. And so you got to attract people for the right reasons, for actually the product, the company, the people you're joining, and the opportunity itself. And so, like, nowadays, I just drive my pickup truck just to go do presentations or online trainings. And I never talk about my traditional businesses. I never talk about how much money I'm making. I never talk about what I own. And the reason why is I want them to truly fall in love with the company, because once they fall in love with the company, they'll be here long term.
That's good stuff. In fact, let's dig into that a little bit, because you do see a lot of that online. The flash, people being, flamboyant and showcasing the money. And, what do you feel about that? Is it necessary?
The old me would be like, yes, this is awesome. It's amazing. And it's really good for hype. But the hype will die down. Like, there's companies out now that are popping up and it's all about hype, and you can tell it's all hype. And now you can already see the retention starting to happen. The retention is not good. People are starting to leave. They're over promising, under delivering. Like, I never truly believe you should over promise. You always under promise and over deliver. I'm against it now. The old me would be all for it. You know what I mean? But I guess that the wisdom comes with age now as you get older, and you start realizing, I want people to not come into my organization and just because they start making more money, they raise their lifestyle. They're just as broke as they were before they even joined, or have as much money at the end of the month. Well, I have some friends that make a lot of money, but then I have some friends that don't make as much, but they have more money at the end of the month. And so I don't want to put that burden on people. I want to show people how to put money back, and even if it's, I know people don't like hearing the word life insurance program, policies or banking systems and things like that, but maybe that's the safest thing you can put your money in without having to worry about losing it. I mean, because nowadays it's tough to find a good investment opportunity, because I hear so many stories of people losing money. Let's put it in something that's safe, maybe. And I'm not affiliated with any life insurance policies or anything like that, but I'm just saying, let's put money back for the long term. You know what I mean? To set you up in a good situation.
And that's just fundamental. I feel like everyone should have life insurance. It's a big deal. It's better. The saying is, it's better to have it and not need it, or not to have it and need it, or something like that, right? Right. I totally slaughtered that, but I think, family, you get the point, right?
We get the point. That's
it. So in terms of showing success, however, is there a proper way showing success is necessary. The proof is in the pudding. People like to see success. Is there a proper way to show success?
Absolutely. I mean, I don't like to broadcast my results. I like to broadcast my team's results, because people can care less what you've been able to achieve. They want to know what's in it for them. And so I talk about people that I've been able to help, how many people hit certain ranks. I show them the qualifications, what that position makes in the compensation plan, and kind of go from there. Now, I've had people in the past, well, Brandon, what's happened to your cars? What's happened to this? I was like, that's old me. It's a different me. That's not what I'm striving for. Now I'm looking into real estate. I'm starting to invest in other businesses. That's why I have a couple other companies now, because I've used that money instead of depreciation assets that's not making me money, where some people think you need the car to recruit people. No, I recruit just as many people with the car or without the car, to be honest with you. And I really take that money, instead of depreciation assets not making me money, put in something that's actually appreciation, that's actually making me more money.
Wow. That's good stuff, man. So, back to your story, the success started to come. You went buck wild. You lived the Floyd Mayweather lifestyle, right?
I did some crazy things, man. In 3 years, I did over 280 million in sales.
Wow.
220,000 ambassadors in 3 years. And then, I had a complete turnaround, man. Something happened that was devastating and kind of got pushed out of a company.
What was that like? What describe to us?
It was very tough, and and to go in detail and everything, it was one of my good friends, got me pushed out, and the owner came back a month later asking me to come back, not once but twice. But I was like, the damage has already been done. He's like, let's work something out, and I decided to move on. And I was so sick and tired of network marketing at the time, to be honest with you. I was like, this is fed up. They changed the comp plan like 7 times in 1 year.
Wow.
Our income dropped, the CV ratio, it was good. I mean, but I learned a lot from that company. So I'm not mad. I think it just put me in a better place. Like it was like, okay, that was a chapter in my life. That wasn't the end of the story. You know what I mean?
Right.
But it sunk inside of me where I wanted people to think, well, I'm not a jumper. I'm not jumping from company to company. I really planned to plant my flag there long term, but I couldn't align myself with the people there, because as I started getting older, my wife approached me and said, Brandon, this is not the person I fell in love with.
Wow.
And what that was meaning, I was becoming somebody that I wasn't. I was all about me. It was all about money. It was all about cars. It's all about mansions. And we were just blowing our money. And we were making a significant amount of money with that company. But I was just like, you're right. This is not who I am. It's not what I represent. And we started like pulling ourselves away. And when we did that, that's when all the chaos started happening and everything else, false acquisitions and everything else. And we were like, hey, we don't want to be a part of this. So we stepped away from the industry and started focusing on traditional business again.
Right.
And a lot of people started hitting me up, like, where are you going? Like, what company you're joining? And to be honest, like, we're done with network marketing. We're not touching it ever again. Like, we're completely done.
Wow.
And my wife was like, why don't you just, grab a spot somewhere and just refer people? And I ended up actually joining a company that was like 15 minutes from my house, like real close. I can oversee it. I can look, I can see what's going on and everything else. And I'll just do it part-time just for fun and just funnel some people, make some extra cash. And the owner was a really great sweet talker. And literally, I'm going to be honest with you, he made some offers that it's like, man, that's some pretty good deals. And I've never had a company offer me deals like this before, because I've always just come in and just, join and just, did it organically. And after a month, after 6 days, I went Black Diamond with that company.
Wow.
And I did a little over 85,000 in sales my first week. It was a binary comp plan, and all open line, 85,000. And literally, he did not deliver on anything that he said he was going to do. And what comes around goes around. Karma's bad. He actually got fired from his position at CEO. And I knew it was a matter of time, because I've heard of deals he's done like this and not followed through with previous people afterwards. So I was there for only a month, and I received a phone call from a good friend of mine that actually wasn't my first company. He was a top executive in that company. And he said, man, we got something different. I want you to check it out. And I was like, man, no, I've seen it all. I'm good. You know, I'm done. Like this industry is the devil. I'm done with it.
Wow.
You know, it's like if you got one little ounce or one little inch of just hope, just give it to me and I'll show you something different. And I was like, all right, cool, hit me with it. And I've been with them now 23 months, and we're doing right at 2 million monthly in sales now, me and my wife. And so all open line, organic. I took a position at the bottom of the company to help the entire company out. And it's been nothing but amazing to be able to build something organically.
Wow. Like this. Now this is rare and amazing. The reason I say rare is because, you know, and I want to get some advice from you on this, because you have a lot of people who go through a similar situations where they're joining companies. They have horrible experiences. They go through these dramatic, you know, things in their journey, but they're not making the money. Right? You were going through things, but you actually had, you know, you made some money. What advice do you have for people who are going through similar things, transitioning, not finding a home, bad things going one way, going south? And what kind of advice do you have for a person going through that?
Yeah, absolutely. It's, you know, there's multiple steps. You just got to do your research. You got to know who you're partnering with. Don't make emotional decisions, make business decisions. That's what was my determining factor. I came up with 5 rules. And these rules can be different for anybody. Okay, this is just the 5 rules I came up with. And this is what I was going to stick with if I joined another company. Rule number 1 is if the owner talks about world domination, getting filthy rich, being the biggest and baddest, slandering other companies or mocking other companies or saying we're bigger and we're better than them, or flashing their estate or their helicopters or their jets, I wanted nothing to do with it. It just seemed like every time I've done business with people like that, it never works out. Second thing is a general manager or VP of sales, whatever that role title is of that company. I want somebody that's been able to build sales before, that's actually been in the field, that can actually teach me and mentor me and coach me too as well. Because once you get to a point in your life where if you think you know it all, that's when you start declining. Like if you're not growing, you're dying, and if you're not moving forward, you're moving backwards. And so I always want to be learning and improving my skills every single day. As I go along this journey, because I'm always learning something new every single day. And I'm not perfect. Like I make mistakes and I say the wrong things at the time, and we're human. We do that. You know what I mean? Third thing was I didn't want any advisory boards, no scientists on advisory boards, because if there's contamination issues or anything like that, if you're in a product-based company, and I know utilities and services is different, but I was really driven off nutrition. Because I always want to live a healthier life, and I want to be purpose driven, not money driven. Because I feel like when you chase money, you never get it. But if you have a purpose, money will chase you. So I wanted a company that didn't have any like in-house scientists, because if there's contamination, I want third-party documentation, clinical studies. I want to be able to scan the barcodes, see the test results from that batch. If you're in certain products like the full spectrum hemp industry, things like that. I want to be able to know what I'm putting in my body. Fourth thing was, and you're going to laugh about this, I want to know more average incomes. And this is why I almost went back to service-based companies, because I saw a lot of service-based companies have set pay. But I was so driven with nutrition, I wanted set pay. And what I mean by that is if business owners know ingoing, outgoing transactions, they know exactly what their income is. See, employees know hourly or salary pay, either hourly pay or salary pay. Waitresses know what they make it in a shift. Why in the network marketing industry, we don't know exactly how we get paid. See, they won't know until it posts in their back office on the 7th or whatever. And I got pitched all these companies. I'm like, okay, great. How much did you make last month? And I'm like, all right, break that down into comp plan and show me how you made it, and put a business plan together for me. And they couldn't do it because it's a 30-page PDF file, or they get paid 9-12 different ways. And that's great, but it's all an honor system. You don't know if the company's really paying you what they're supposed to be paying you. And you can't put a true business plan. What if I want to come in and I just want to make exactly $750 a month? Can you show me how to do that? Or $1,500? They couldn't do it. It was too many calculations and everything else. I want to know if I hit this rank, I want to make a set pay. Boom. And I saw multiple service-based companies like that. And I was about to get back in the service, but because I got tired of people telling me, hey, if you do this much in sales, you make this amount of money. And then it was nowhere close to it. And I get phone calls all the time saying, why am I check this amount? It says this average income and it's way below $500 or $1,000 below. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, I'm having to explain. And it was just a headache. Wow. I don't want black. I want black and white now. I'm no more gray areas. Like I want to be fully transparent with people and really lay out a plan for somebody and be transparent with them. Fifth thing was, and I'm not knocking car programs whatsoever. So please don't take this the wrong way. If you're listening out there,
right?
Our lifestyle bonuses for travel or anything like that. I wanted a program that didn't focus on that. And because I'm really big on depreciation assets, because I saw a lot of people's vehicles get repoed in my previous company. Because I've never seen one business have growth every single month. And I mean, tell me one business that has had growth every month. No, it happens. It happens in everybody's business. We plateau, we go down, we go up. What if I hit that mark where I get my car paid for, and then the next month I don't get my car, or 2 months, 3 months down the line, I don't get my car. I got a bill now that I wasn't expecting to pay. That's maybe a big expense that hurt me financially. So I wanted to find something that had something outside of that. Maybe like a debt program where you fill out a form when you hit that ring, instead of getting a car note, that goes to your credit cards or your mortgage, whatever. People out of debt, man. So that's what I was looking for. That was my 5 rules. Like, you got to create your 5 rules and your expect and stick with them. Whatever them 5 rules are, 10 rules, or whatever it may be. Write down what you're looking for in a company. Write down what your perfect leader would look like, or what your expectation, and go do your proper research before just joining off of excitement. See, 99% of people that join MLM is all pure emotions. It's like emotions we make every day. The clothes we put on, the house we buy, the car we buy, the food we eat. We make emotional decisions all the time. Stop making emotional decisions. Put your thinking cap on and make a business decision for once.
That's some heavy stuff. Amazing advice. And, one of the reasons we created this platform, Brandon, is to create that transparency and give people more of an inside look in terms of the leaders that are out there actually helping a lot of people, the leaders that are out there actually doing big things. So, create a platform that sheds light on the positive sides of the industry, and to help people do what you're saying, make better decisions. So that is so true, man. I wish we had more time to speak with you, man. And there's so much, of course, we can get from you. We just appreciate you being so transparent on the show and sharing some insight. We just want to tell you, thank you for coming on to the show, man.
I appreciate you having me on. I look forward to talking to you in the future, sir.
Absolutely. Now, before we let you go, quickly, we want to play a game with you. We've been playing with our guests. And it's been a lot of fun, man. It's real simple to play. We call it a word of advice with a mentor. And what we do, I'm just going to throw a few words at you, and you're going to give us back a word of advice that's based on that word. Does that make sense?
All right, this will be interesting.
All right, it's like word association.
Gotcha. Okay, I've never done this before, but let's make it happen.
All right, so you're going to kill it. So the first word that we have for you, Brandon, is power.
Power. Oh, jeez. Make sure you have power in your house.
Hey, now that's a good one. True words to live by, right? Let me give you the next word. The next word is follow.
Follow. Make sure you're always following the right leader.
We talked about that, yes. The next word is skills.
Make sure you learn the skill sets to achieve whatever you want in this lifetime.
Absolutely. The next word is attract.
Make sure you're dressing the way you want to attract the right people in your life. So you dress the way you want to be addressed.
That's good stuff. The last word that we have for you is smart.
Always be smart with the decisions that you make in life.
Absolutely. See, that was simple, painless, right?
Yeah, you got me nervous right there. Oh, man.
Well, man, we definitely appreciate you being a good sport, man. We definitely got to have you back. In fact, behind the scenes, I spoke to you a little bit about this before we turned the cameras on. We're working on a new series we call A Day in the Life, and the family's been hearing about it. They're excited about it, and it's lifestyle meets personal development. It's like the lifestyles of the rich and famous for network marketing, if you will, right, in a sense. But we're actually bringing the lifestyle with development. So we might catch you on the golf course. We might catch you at your favorite restaurant. We might catch you hanging out with the family at home. But as we're, we get a chance to look at the lifestyle, we also get, helpful information like how to prospect, how to present information, how to, get more people to a meeting to look at the information, how to follow up, how to become an expert closer. So we just having a lot of fun. We had some phenomenal leaders be featured on it so far. So family, when I tell you guys are in for a treat, you're in for an absolute treat. So hopefully, man, we can have you featured on an episode in the near future.
Yes, sir. I'd love to.
Absolutely, man. Well, thank you again for coming on to the show, Brandon. Builders Club TV family, we got Brandon Stevens. We'll see you next time. Peace.
Thank you.